Hey everybody, thanks so much for being with us today. Really excited about this day with Captain Doug Kelley and some friends down in Marathon Key in the Key West area. And we're trolling right now for mahi-mahi or dolphin. And we've just found some birds.
Here's one coming back to that rod. He's gonna grab it, he's gonna grab it. There you go, 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 there you go. Just let him run.
There we go.
That's a nice fish.
Good time.
You can reel that other line if you want to, guys. That other one. That's a big boy. I saw him come cruising across, boy.
Yeah, he jumped really good.
Hey, what we're doing right now is we ran out into the Gulf Stream and we're basically looking for birds. You know, we're also fishing weeds, and the weeds are some structure for the bait fish. And the bait fish can hold up on the weeds, which in turn attracts the dolphin, which is what we're doing right now. And we came out and found some birds working, and the dolphin are underneath the birds. The key is you always want to keep the boat in gear. A lot of people will stop the boat, and if the distance will come, and you don't have control of the fish. By leaving the boat in gear, we're telling the fish where do we want them. You know,
awesome. On
a dead boat, we're very apt to lose them.
I saw him jump right at the beginning.
Yeah,
out there. It was beautiful.
A nice one. We'll give a good head shake.
Here he comes. You see him, Lear? He's right out there. I'm gonna leave him out there a minute then.
I don't see anyone with him now. Back. Step back. There you go.
Captain Doug put us right on him. We're coming out and he sees birds, and that's what we were looking for, because the birds are following the bait that these fish are chasing. And so he put us right on it, pulled it right through, hooked us up with a mahi. Told me exactly what to do, and we got him right to the boat, and he just jumped off. But anyway, we'll have plenty more chances today. You guys stay with us. What we're doing, Captain Doug, is riding until we either see birds or these big patches of floating weeds. Then that attracts the bait, and the bait attracts the bigger fish, the dolphin and things like that. And so he's constantly driving and looking, really sees things good. And so we've stopped now, we're trolling lures for mahi-mahi. It wasn't long before we hooked up with our next fish, and basically we were just trolling artificial baits for these mahi that are called billy baits.
Now we can leave the other one out there. This looks like a little guy. You should be fine. You're inside of the other one.
So we only stopped about 5 minutes or so. We had one bite, and then we hooked up again with another one right along these weed lines. So something in the water is key.
Yeah, reel it up. So
I'm gonna try to keep.
Yep, just a little bit. Keep them tight. Try and keep them in the water.
I am stepping back.
We can reel that right up to the tip.
Good job, brother. Having all kind of technical mic problems, but now is he too small to keep, or?
Small. They got to be 20 inches to the fork.
But look how beautiful that is.
Pretty guy.
I caught another mahi, we got him in the boat, and he was just a little bit short and had to throw him back. They have to be 20 inches at the fork of the tail to keep. And then Ken, who's been on the show with us before, hooked up with another one. Nice. Now, is he a keeper, or is he still too small? So what is the limit on them?
They're 20 inches to the fork, and it's 10 per person.
Okay, awesome. Still beautiful, isn't he?
Pretty guy.
Golly, that's awesome. Thank you, Doug.
Big brother.
Absolutely. Fishing that same weed line, Ken and I both hooked up again. Ken caught a keeper mahi and I caught what's called a blue runner. Ken's went in the box and mine went in the bait well.
Some people say, why don't you fish more than 2 lines? You don't really need more than 2 lines if you got the right spot.
That was awesome.
You got it paired off in here. We got a couple nice fish. They look a little better than ones we had earlier. All right, step behind me. Step back. Step back. Step back.
Good job, brother.
Yeah, you should be keeper.
I got one here. I can't tell how big he is.
Nah, that's a little jack.
I just swing
jack.
it in.
Throw this guy right in the box, all right, guys? What do we got here? That's a blue runner.
Little blue runner.
Blue runner. We could save this guy for bait.
Awesome. We continued fishing weed lines and watching for birds, and I hooked up with another mahi that wasn't a keeper.
Hey, oh man, he's chasing that one. Oh. There he is right there, he got it.
We got a double? Is that a dolphin or another one of those other
I thought it was a dolphin when it jumped. Yeah, he's
a dolphin. So I don't know if you can see these weed lines out here is what we're fishing. Every time we come by one, we get a strike. This is a dolphin. Mahi-mahi. May be too small to keep, but man, they're still fun and they're beautiful. You're liable to get one anytime there, Lear. They're all in here. Think.
This one's a little small. We're gonna.
Okay. Awesome. That's my specialty, man. Little ones. So Doug, tell me a little bit about chartering. Like, how did you get into it, and how long you been doing it? And
you know what?
That kind of thing.
Yeah, I've been chartering about 7 years now.
Okay.
You know, originally I just fished down here for fun for the last 15 years or so, and then said, hey, you know what? If I can make some money doing what I like to do, and I don't feel like I'm going into work, you know, that's kind of how I got into it. You know, my grandfather got me into fishing when I was a kid, which is what got me onto the water.
Yeah.
The old man was a boater.
There you go.
So that's how I kind of got together with it. You know, and it's a good gig. I mean, you work hard for your money, no doubt about that, but it's enjoyable.
And down here, is it like a year-round deal?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, you get a couple slow months of the year. You know, your September, October.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's pretty consistent.
So does it ever get hard? I mean, you know, people are paying you to come out here and that kind of stuff. Is it stressful to know, man, I got to produce? You know?
Absolutely. There's nothing more stressful for the captain on a slow day. I mean, on a slow day, people look at you like you got 3 heads, you know?
Right.
So, I mean, I truly don't feel relaxed until we got fishing the boat.
Sure.
You know, as the captain, I mean, it all falls down on me. Whether we lose them, whatever, it's my fault.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you definitely want to produce your fish. And you need to have your spots that you can go to when the fish are not biting.
So you know how to catch.
Yeah, you got to have your go-to spots too.
Absolutely.
You know, it's an important thing to try to fish in. And when I first learned out, is a lot of people, you know, I'm thinking you want trophies, you know, but a lot of people just want tight rods.
Yep.
Bent rods. Bent rods mean happy customers, you know, as opposed to me, I'm more looking for,
big ones.
Exactly.
They want tight lines, right?
Exactly. They don't really care what you're catching as long as you're catching. You know,
Wow.
and I take everybody out from family fishermen to tournament anglers to all types.
We continued to fish weed lines and look for birds. That was the key to catching mahi this day. And put my son Lear on one of the rods and reels, and he hooked up with his first mahi. Yeah. So there you go. Step over here. I got you. Come on. Now just start reeling. That a boy. That a boy. Just hold that rod high and reel. Keep that rod up. Just reel. Just keep
all this
steady
fine
reel.
fish back there darting back.
That's
Wait for that other
awesome.
rod to go off. That other rod might go off.
Oh, here he comes, Lear. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
Yeah, they're jumping back
Keep
there.
that up. Keep it
Yeah,
up.
they are jumping.
Just keep reeling. 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 There you go. You got it. Just keep reeling. So all Lee R's got is another mahi-mahi. We're gonna wait and see if he's big enough to keep. But he's was out there by the weeds. We were in the process of switching rods over.
Just crank
And,
up to this.
he hooked
crank
up
to
with
this
one.
point there.
Nice, buddy. Good job. We continued to troll for mahi, and we had 6 people on the boat, so we would rotate in and out as people caught fish. And Ken and Jules doubled up next.
See the lines are pointing together?
Yeah.
So here's a really cool thing. We just doubled up. Are they on the same one?
No, you got different fish. Somebody's underneath. You're underneath.
Are
She's
you under
underneath
or
him.
over? Hold yours up.
Go,
Yeah,
go
you
underneath.
can-
You want to go over the top
You
of
can
him?
switch with him real quick. Let him come over you. Yep.
Yeah, you go. Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect, guys.
Good. Yep. Julia hooked up with one. Kenny at the same time. She's got hers coming in.
That one was a keeper. We got him in the box.
Awesome. This one close or is it short probably?
This one's gonna might be a little short. Hey, step
Look
back.
at the color
a little bit.
on
Let me
that.
get in here. Step back. Walk back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a different color. That's beautiful.
He's a little small. You can see they're spitting, squid all the baits out. This is
Oh,
all the
yeah.
bait fish they're having. They got this under the weeds.
Look at the bait.
Here's a squid.
What are the little bait fish?
This is a squid right here.
Okay.
And this looks like a little type of jack. But
That's
they'll
awesome.
come spit these things out all over the place.
That's awesome. We kept moving and looking for weed lines and birds diving, and that was kind of the way we fished all day that day. And then I hooked up with a good mahi. And I think we may be on a little nicer one. He may not be a giant, but I think he's at least a keeper. Man, they're beautiful out there jumping. All right, about the same size. So what we're doing is he'll see birds or grass or something to key him in that the fish are here, and then he'll just troll these baits right through them. And am I over you or under you?
You're under. Now you're over him.
Yeah, I'm gonna come over you.
Yep, go over the top of him.
Yep, you switch places with me. There we go. This is much dancing as fishing, isn't it? It's beautiful, golly. I don't know if y'all can see the colors of these things in the water, but they're like neon, yellows and greens, and they're just beautiful. Golly, they're beautiful. They jump good and they pull good. I think this one may be a keeper. You ready? Nice. Thank you, brother. What's he throwing up there?
That was a flying fish.
Oh, really? So they'll eat those too. That's cool. How big is he?
That's a keeper size.
Hey, I got a keeper in the boat. Woo!
One for the box, guys.
Nice. Thank you, man.
You bet.
So what Captain Doug's doing for us is he's finding the fish, man. We're new to the saltwater game, and he's finding them, putting us right on them, telling us exactly what to throw. That's the beauty of what he does.
This is a puffer fish.
A puffer
See
fish.
the belly of them?
Isn't that crazy?
This is a flying fish. You can see the wings on them.
Yeah, we've been seeing them out here. That's awesome, man. We had a great time this week fishing with Captain Doug, and it was really cool going out with a guide. Normally when I'm going fishing, I'm having to hook up my boat, get all my rods and reels, get all my tackle together, go to the lake, buy gas, get licensed, do all that stuff. This time it was kind of neat, just stepping on the boat. Everything was ready to go. He had all the rods and reels, all the bait, all the license, everything we needed. He took us out and we caught a bunch of fish. It was really cool going with somebody that was an expert. I didn't have to make any of the decisions. He made all the decisions, took us right where we needed to go, and we caught fish. Man, it was an awesome, awesome day. And you know, sometimes in my life, I wish that I had somebody like that telling me how to make decisions. I wish I had a guide that said to me, hey Royce, make this financial decision, or hey Royce, make this career decision, or hey Royce, make this decision with your kids, or hey Royce, make this decision about church. When really, we actually do have that. We have a guide in our lives that helps us with all kind of things, little and big. In fact, the Bible tells us about it in a couple of places. In Isaiah chapter 30, and this is one of my favorite verses, Isaiah 30, chapter 30, verse 21 says this, "Whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, 'This is the way, walk in it.'" And it's talking about God's Spirit there telling us the way to go. And in John chapter 16, it also says that the Holy Spirit will guide you in all things. So if you have the Holy Spirit living in your heart, if you know Christ, that Holy Spirit is your guide in everything. And so many times we don't consult Him on the things that we do, the decisions that we make, whether they're big or small. So my encouragement to you today is you do have a guide that will help you in all kinds of decisions in your life. And maybe you're confused a lot or worried a lot about things, and it's because you don't have a relationship with Christ and you don't have that guide that we call the Holy Spirit. The way to have that is to just confess to Jesus that you're a sinner, ask Him to forgive you of your sins, and ask Him to come and live in your heart. Then you'll have a relationship with Christ. You'll have the Holy Spirit, the guide, living in your heart. Thanks so much for listening today. Hey guys, what we do at Go Fish Ministries is share the gospel and encourage believers in their walk with Christ. We do this through a variety of events such as wild game dinners, kids camps, men's events, music events, or even if you or someone you know just needs a day on the water. Go Fish Ministries wants to point you toward Jesus and help you know Him better. Contact us through our website. We'd love to serve you any way we can. God bless you and go fish. Look at him jump.
That's a nice one. That's one for the gaff right there. There you go. Double. Grab that one. Grab that one. Grab that one.
Keep reeling. Yeah, there you go. Keep reeling. Keep reeling. Keep reeling. Keep reeling. So we're doubled up on better ones. We've been catching a bunch of little bitty ones. I'm gonna help him on this one. Keep that rod up. And we got one over there. John's got him one too. Make sure you're winding back and forth with your thumb a little bit, because that one took out a lot of line. So Lear got him a good one. Way out there. He's gonna earn his keep on this one. You get out here and the lines start crossing, you have to go back and forth. Lear got him a good one out there. Keep that rod up, Lear.
Put that down your stomach.
Put it in your belly, like, there you go. Now, pump.
I got a belt if you want a belt.
You want a belt, Lear?
What's that?
You put that rod in it. You just keep reading.
If you don't know the difference, you're good.
You just keep reading.
Show them that tool, then you'll take a step back.
There you go.
Unless I got a big wad of grass on them, I think it's pretty good.
Nice. Good job, brother. So far. No, you pump it and then reel down. Pump up and then reel down. Don't let it get slack though.
Oh, he pulled off.
Lear and John both doubled up on keeper mahi. Lear's came off before it got to the boat. What we learned is that when you're fishing like this, deep sea fishing for mahi, what you got to do is keep constant pressure on that fish. If you let off just a little bit, whether he did or not, those fish are going to come off.
This is your basic Shimano. It's a lever drag reel. It's a Talica 16. Loads about 300 or 400 yards, a 20-pound test. It's a light action rod for the dolphin, but it'll give you a good fight. I mean, if you're hooking marlin, then you're going to want to go with something a little larger. But for what we did today, that gives you a lot of fun. You have heavier rods, and then you just kind of cranking them in. But light tackle is a lot more fun. So. And
then tell us a little bit about the lure you got.
The lures, we were just fishing with some billy baits, some artificials. And the artificials are much more productive than the value in general. You can pull them much faster. You don't wash them out. You're not going through baits. Save the natural baits until you get the fish to the boat. But the lures, you know, the lures they're great. You know, I haven't fished big value in the boat in, you know, years.
One of the really cool things we found out about mahi is they're a schooling type fish. Ken and I doubled up this last weed line, and as we were reeling them in, Captain Doug said, hey, keep those fish in the water, and it drew more mahi in. He took a piece of cut bait, pitched it out there, hooked up with another one, so John caught that one. We actually had a triple.
Crank. He's still on there, he's chasing your lure, chase your lure.
What happened? He's running at me. Come over me. Come under me. Yeah. No, wait. Am I still on? You're on too? Sweet. Oh, look at that one there. There's 4 of them with mine down there.
Keep in the water, guys.
Okay.
We lost the big one. I need another big.
I think you and I are together. No, I got 2 or 3 out there. This is crazy. Yeah, there's 2 or 3 with mine. So what we're doing here is we got 2 on, and there's 3 or 4 swimming around mine down there. We're trying to get another one on. See what we can do. It's all, you know, 30, 40 minutes of nothing, then all of a sudden it just goes crazy. There you go. Now we're a triple. I got one down there, and we're trying to keep him down so that these other fish will stay around. Hey Doug, you want me to keep this one in the water? Okay. All right. We had one real nice one on, and he came off. We got tangled up, but these are still keeper fish. And we're leaving him out there because these fish will school together. That's what we're trying to do, get them to come up in here. Ready? Thank you, sir. Awesome. We had a great day mahi fishing. We actually stopped on our way in on an old wrecked barge and tried to catch a few bottom fishing.
We're on a wreck about seven miles off of Marathon in about 200 feet of water, fishing the bottom for mutton snapper, grouper, amberjack. We're using live baits, circle hooks, and fluorocarbon leaders.
Not sure what we got. What do you think we got? Oh, it came off. It's all right. And the kind of fish we're targeting here are snapper and grouper.
Yeah, we got mutton snapper, grouper, amberjack, sharks, African pompano. Crank. All right, now slow and steady on them. You good?
Cool part about this is you never ever know.
You never know what you're gonna get. I put up some beautiful mutton snappers off here the other day, and a lot of times the amberjacks, you never know what you're gonna get.
But now you set this one up not to pull out like the other ones.
Exactly.
Right, the drag.
Yeah, I loosened the drag a little bit more, that way we wouldn't pull hooks.
Oh, did he come off again?
Yeah, he pulled it again. Let me see.
Florida Keys is one of the neatest places I've ever been, so if you ever get a chance to go with your family, you should take that chance. There's all kind of things to do. My family and I got to go snorkeling down there. We rented a boat and fished some on our own and caught some fish bottom fishing. It's just a great place to be in God's creation. So if you ever have a chance to go to the Keys, you should take it. And these are called pilchers that we're using?
Yeah, pilchers. They're called greenbacks or greenies, depending on what part of the state you're from.
Gotcha. So you're going to show us how to properly hook one of these up because you want them to stay alive.
We're going to hook them right in the back.
right through the back.
Right through the back like that.
And under the backbone?
Under the back.
Yeah.
And what you want to do is throw that line out tight before you drop it. Otherwise, if you don't do that, the lead's going to go down first and it's going to helicopter up.
Doug, a lot of people come down here and they'll look you up and see how much it costs, but I mean, it costs just about as much to get everything else, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the reality of it is by the time you put the fuel in the boat, rent the boat, buy the rods, the reels, the bait,
yeah,
you're right where I am, give or take $100, $200, then you got to figure out where to go.
Right.
So the reality is it's not going to cost you that much more to fish with me versus or another captain, for instance. You know, that you get the licensing, insurance,
Sure,
and
yeah.
you know, you got substantial costs, maintenance.
Now we've bought licenses because we were fishing a little bit, but is that it? Like if I came out with you, do I not even have to buy a
No, you don't need a license. I have a license that
It's all
comes from me
covered.
from boat to boat I go to.
Okay.
So I register with FWC as captain, and every year I pay a license fee, and I could take up to, my license will cover up to 10 anglers.
So if you guys have a chance to come down here to Marathon or to the Keys, look up Captain Doug. We'll put on our screen how to look him up, and he'll do a great job for you. You don't want to miss it. So Doug, when I come down here, I'm not typically usually just with a group of guys. I'll have my kids with me. Do you do family kind of trips?
Yeah,
too?
I do. I'd say about 50% of my business is families. I do. I've got all the life jackets for the little kids, all the way from infants to 12 and underneath jackets. So I've got all the gear for the families, and that's one of my specialties is taking young kids out.
That's awesome. Hey, thanks so much for being with us today. We're back at the dock now, man. We had a great day of fishing, caught a bunch of dolphin or mahi, missed a couple nice fish on the bottom, but man, Doug was great. So I just want to thank you so much for being with us today.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it so much. Why don't you tell everybody how to get in touch with you?
If you want to get in touch with me, I'm online. You can go to CaptainDougKelley.com, that's spelled out, or you could always reach me on my cell, 954-480-7008. I'm also on Facebook, Captain Doug Kelley, Florida Keys Fishing Charters.
Again, thanks for being with us. If you come to the Keys, look Doug up, you'll have a great day. Hey, we'll see you next week. We want to thank Captain Doug Kelley and Manfred so much. Boy, we had a great day saltwater fishing. We'd actually like to try to do a little bit more of that on the show, but the boat was just amazing. The day was amazing. We had a great time catching mahi. And if you ever have a chance to do that, you ever have a chance to go saltwater fishing, if you're not a saltwater person, in my opinion, the best thing to do is hire somebody like Captain Doug. They know what they're doing. They've got all the equipment. They know all the safety stuff that they need to do. When you're going 20, 30 miles offshore, you want to really have equipment that's reliable. You want to be with somebody that knows what they're doing. And really, by the time you rent a boat and buy everything to go down there, it's just as cheap to hire a guide. So if you ever have a chance, look up Captain Doug and have a great time in the Keys.